to preface this is not about a particular artist, okay? This is about the system that is incentivizing the artist. So in this particular artist's latest video, he had a car, 2 actual custom cars wrapped in a label for Suboxone and another car labeled with Narcan. And I want to get into why this is so significant, because both are legitimate harm reduction medications, right? That are supposed to save a lot of lives. They are medically valid tools in the fight against the so-called opioid epidemic. However, this particular distribution exists within a multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical ecosystem, okay? And what this means is that I find it such a big red flag that why is this being marketed in a mainstream rapper's music as something trendy, something they should try, okay? How are they putting this in here? Because when you think about, if you know anything about big pharma, anybody just can't use their medication names, all willy-nilly. They have to get clearances and all that stuff. They go through a lot. And so for them to openly be, putting this stuff on display, actually have the cars wrapped with this type of imagery, it screams that this is basically a sponsored video, sponsorship per se. So what type of strategy do we have at play within this? Okay, let's focus a little bit on this, because to me, this is a covert commercialization of taking advantage of those that are vulnerable or susceptible to substance use. Okay, we got to use certain words here, but I want to talk about this subtle war for our minds and our bodies, and to get us into some type of biochemical dependency. So when a particular artist speaks about certain substances, should say man-made substances, whether they are, put them out there as, something to have fun with from a positive standpoint, or they could be a little neutral, or even, as mentioned with these, this could be marketed as like a solution to a crisis. Either way, what angle they're coming at this, the listener brain ain't thinking about all that. Your brain is subconsciously encoding this language paired with your emotional, being familiar to these lyrics, to the point where you think that, this is something I need to take part in. And this is why these industries, whether they're trying to do this in a legal or an illegal way, they are utilizing music to basically marginalize our culture. And not just our culture, all cultures. This is about humanity, because this is a way that they are using neuromarketing. Okay, they think they're really smart, but I see between all this little slithery stuff that they're doing, and their intention is to put it out there in such a subtle, cool, trendy way, appealing to the youth, appealing to pop culture, to kind of normalize you to see these particular things. Because when I see this ad campaign with Suboxone and Narcan, I'm like, wait a minute, I remember seeing this before at like a treatment place. Yeah, actually, that's what it's for. And so for them to put this out here, this is diabolical. And to me, this also represents that they're on the losing end. If they're trying to demonically attack people, this is some form of spiritual warfare. I see it. But if they're using us to be mass conditioned and manipulated through this type of imagery, it shows that they're already on the losing end for them to take such a low position. All right. So I want to share one other thing. 2 Corinthians 11:14. In this particular scripture, Paul warned the early church about this exact tactic, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. So in modern terms, although they are packaging things as, oh, this is helpful, this is making people aware of what's going on, not every solution is liberating, okay? Not every so-called awareness campaign is spiritually neutral. And for these corporations to pay off these very popular artists to appear as they're expanding the viewership of what's available to people that are on these sort of substances. It is not only a covert attack, it is something that is strategic, and we have to be aware of this, okay? And so the cultural messaging of trying to bypass our conscious mind. So this is why, like, they have the best engineers. Don't get me wrong, this particular artist, which I'm including the imagery here, but I'm not gonna say his name, okay? Out of respect, I don't want no smoke, but the truth is the truth. These artists are super talented. Okay, they're really good. Their music is a bop. It sounds good. It gets you, and that's why they are behind them, because they're like, wow, we can get so many people through exposure through them. We know that they are able to garner a lot of people, and they're using them for that, to perpetuate these so-called crises, these false narratives, and to allow people to think that, this is okay. And it's really not. Okay. And combined with the fact that these people are already in impoverished situations, they're dealing with grief. Many of them are dealing with so many dysfunctional things in their communities. And couple all that with the fact that you're putting subtle messages out here. This is like you're psychologically invading these people, and it's a covert attack. And it don't even feel violent. It feels comforting, because it's like, oh, this artist, he's got this latest song, or she has this latest song, and it sounds good, but it's detrimental to your soul. It's detrimental to your psyche. And so I'm sharing this because this is a spiritual call for you to sharpen your discernment. Look, we all live in this world. You should be able to enjoy different things. I'm not saying to not listen to some of these artists, but be discerning. If you see something that ain't right, like, okay, wait a minute, look. I'm gonna stay away from this particular song or this lyrics or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because the true battlefield is not against these particular artists, okay? I'm not trying to cancel nobody, but I want you to be aware that they are monopolizing your unawareness. They are utilizing so many different things to put you in further bondage. Okay, Ephesians 6:12 instructs us, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, and spiritual wickedness in high places. And in this year, as we end off 2025, those high places include, you know, these industries, these marketing agencies, even when it comes to these pharmaceutical places, okay? These strategies they're using are covert, and people think that, oh, it's not going to affect me, but it's affecting your subconscious mind. When you begin to associate a positive connotation to things that really are harmful to you, they already got you. This is like a spiritual scientific perspective in regarding to how they're utilizing these very talented artists for evil. The antidote that I'm trying to give you right now, because I don't know much, but what I do know is that to come against fear is for you to be discerning, to constantly study and sharpen your mind, because when there's no enemy within, no enemy outside can touch you. You have spiritual artillery on, you have a level of armor on yourself when you are aware, and you're not easily swayed just because a beat sounds good, just because their lyrics are catchy. And when you're aware, your brain is also going to respond differently to these messages that they're giving out. And it's not going to hit your subconscious mind if you're just out here under the influence of whatever type of issues they're trying to put out here. So, in regard to the messages in music, okay, 2 Corinthians 2:11 says, be not ignorant of Satan's devices, okay? And so this device in the form of these very seductive and enticing lyrics with pharmaceutical messages is dangerous. So trust your heart and soul, sharpen your intellect and your wisdom, and be safe out there. Until next time, I'm Lotus of Judah, 1111 Ministry International. Shalom. Selah.